Hey everyone, I'm Tassinix, and welcome to another Plotting and Scheming Extra. I'm here with the regular crew to break down the character kit review on Vane, the new tank for the pirate faction. Probably going to be under Galactic Legend Hondo, if I had to guess. Let's say hi to everybody here. Dagger, how you doing?
Yeah, B plus on the pun at the beginning. I actually smiled when I first read it.
Yeah, I like that you said B plus. It's like
Yeah,
thumbs up. You tried.
yeah.
TJ, how you doing?
It's another day, man. Another pirate, another trail.
Sasha Aisha, how's it going today?
Going great. Going great. Good to get another sort of piece of the bigger picture on the pirate faction.
We're almost there. We're like 3 out of 5, right, for that team or something.
Four. No 3? Is it?
I don't
We
know.
know Hondo. We just don't know his kit. My bad.
Yeah,
Okay,
right.
sorry.
Yeah, so I'm counting him in there. But anyway, thanks. And Fatal, how you doing today?
Sorry, is this are we doing Brutus or Vane?
Yeah, yeah. It is Vane time.
Holy fuck, I'm feeling so good, man. I feel unkillable right now.
Yeah.
So
I see what you did there.
I also see what you did there.
I don't, but let's move on.
It's fine.
Unit name, Vane.
just get to the unique, you'll find out.
Oh, yeah. All right, fair enough. I really haven't given him a detailed reading yet, so this is going to be a pretty fresh take on it. All right, unit name is Vane. Alignment, Dark Side. Categories, Dark Side, Tank, Pirate, Scoundrel, and Order 66 Raid. Key attributes, a resilient tank who protects allies, adapts to any fight, turns the tide with powerful defensive skills, and excels under Dark Side pirate leaders. Vane becomes the ultimate shield for pirate crews, soaking up damage, protecting allies, and growing tougher the longer the fight goes on. Strategy tips. Using We Just Want the Credits not only deals damage, but also fortifies Vane with defense based on how much profit he has. Put it down, little one. Lets Vane adapt to the situation, stunning enemies if he has more health, or recovering and gaining evasion up if he has less. If he has enough profit, he can steal taunt from enemies and defense. Vane is a dependable ally for the pirates, takes debuffs from allies onto himself, recovers their health and protection when they are damaged, and soaks incoming damage, which helps the team last longer in battles. When teamed up with Galactic Legend Pirate King Hondo Onaka, Vane reaches his full potential, becoming even stronger and more resilient. All right, let's dig into his one unique, thank God. Myth of the Outer Rim, Zeta plus Omicron. Final text. Whenever another pirate ally gains a stack of profit, Vane taunts for 1 turn. So if anybody's starting with taunt at the start of battle, then he's pre-taunting, right? Is that something that I can reasonably expect? I think people are having profit at the start of battle, possibly. So
If someone has profit at the start of battle, he will taunt for one.
right. I don't
Only
know the
question
kids
I
well
have-
enough to say who's kicking that off, but I'm willing to bet it's going to happen.
I already have a question on the applicability of this, and maybe if anybody's gotten a chance to play with him, they can answer this. But I remember when I first read this, my very first question was, does he gain stacks of taunt for more turns if people start with more than one stack of profit?
Uh, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't think I wouldn't. I wouldn't think it would work
And
that way.
does he gain stacks of taunt for profit, similar to how Spy gains stacks?
Yeah, I don't read. Yeah, I don't think. I don't know.
Because
I don't know.
that could matter when it comes to when people are hitting for X amount of buffs, or they're counting the number of buffs on the table. Because we already have a pirate who counts the number of buffs.
All right, let me monkey with the rolled up newspaper because we'll break down more about the kit after we've read the abilities.
Sorry.
It's a good question, but we'll get to it when we're got the whole kit in mind.
Sorry.
It's all good. All right, so anyway, whenever another pirate ally gains a stack of profit, Vane taunts for 1 turn. At the start of battle, if all allies are pirates, Vane gains 50% max health and max protection. Whenever another pirate ally takes damage while he is taunting, Vane equalizes his health and protection with the weakest ally at the end of the turn and gains 2 stacks of Bulwark for 1 turn. Wow. And if the allied leader is Pirate King Hondo Onaka, he gains 3 stacks of Bulwark instead. Whenever another pirate ally scores a critical hit while Vane is taunting, he recovers 10% health and protection. If Vane has less than 50% health, he recovers 25% health and protection instead. Vane has plus 20% critical avoidance per debuff on him. Whenever Vane has a debuff dispelled on him, he gains protection up 10%, stacking for the rest of the encounter. If Pirate King or Maz Kanata is the ally in the leader slot, the cap for profit is removed for Vane. At the start of the encounter, this is all the same unique, by the way. At the start of the encounter, if the allied leader is Pirate King Hondo Onaka, Vane takes reduced damage from percent health damage effects, gains protection up 100%, and taunt for 2 turns. Okay, so there's a pre-taunt there anyway, which can't be dispelled, and pirate allies gain offense up for 3 turns. Jeez. The first time Pirate King Hondo Onaka's health falls below 50%, dispel all debuffs on him and equalize health and protection with him. Then Vane recovers 50% health and protection. Nice. And then there's a TV on. Man. Okay. So
There was a time and place where that second paragraph would have just been another unique.
Yes,
But
completely.
they only wanted them to have one unique. It's just I've noticed this as a pattern where all these new characters have one unique, but it's 3 individual paragraphs. So it's like, oh, so you just wanted to give them 3 uniques on the same page. Got it.
I mean, it's resource efficient for the players.
Oh yeah. I'm not arguing that. I'm mostly just saying it. It's more as an anecdote. Like I find it amusing. But yeah, that unique just said, what's the term? Neener, you can't kill me. Or anybody else.
That is probably that's got to be like top 3 tank uniques in the game. It's insane.
How fast is the R9 going on this guy?
Instantaneously.
Yeah.
But that's, I mean, I've already Relic 9'd everybody else on the team, so doing it to the tank is.
Well, yeah, I'm more talking to like the masses. How fast are you going to R9 this guy?
As
going to be.
As far as who would get it, I imagine he'd be among the first. I don't know if anybody else.
If we look at the track record of Jabba, everyone's going to have an R9 Hondo and an R5 Vane for a good long while. So.
Yep.
Okay.
No, R7 Vane. I think he has to be R7, but still, to Fadlo's point, like it'll be whatever the minimum requirement is.
All right.
You got to R9 all GLs immediately. That's known.
That is the rule.
Is the rule. Addition. All right, on to his basic. We just want the credits. Final text. Deal physical damage to target enemy and inflict offense down for 1 turn. For each stack of profit on him, Vane gains 20% defense, stacking for 1 turn. On his turn, if he has at least 5 stacks of profit, daze the target enemy for 1 turn. So this defense stacking can be stimulated by him being called out of turn.
Yeah.
That's goofs. Okay. Pretty good. That's goofs. All right, special 1. Put it down, little one. Cooldown of 3. Wow, so that's doesn't have Zeta on it or anything. Nice. All right, final text. If Vane's health percentage is equal to or greater than the target enemy, stun them for 1 turn and gain a stack of profit, maximum of 5. If Vane's health percentage is lower, recover 25% health and gain evasion up for 1 turn. Deal physical damage to target enemy. If Vane has 10 plus stacks of profit and the enemy has taunt, Vane consumes 10 stacks, steals taunt from target enemy with refresh duration, and gains 5 stacks of bulwark for 2 turns. Okay, I'm seeing where a disproportionate amount of power is going into the team's overall kit. Seeing something here. All right, special 2. It must be fake. Cooldown of 4. Again, those are there. Final text. Vane dispels all debuffs on all other pirate allies and is inflicted with the same debuffs. If defense down, evasion down, or tenacity down were dispelled, all other pirate allies gain the opposite buff for 1 turn. Vane gains 10% max health per debuff on him for the rest of the encounter, stacking max 100% health. If the allied leader is Pirate King, the max health stacking is doubled to 200%. So I assume they mean the cap, not the amount that you're accruing. If No debuffs were dispelled. Vane taunts and gains protection up 50%, stacking for 2 turns. What's the cooldown on this? So there must be some way to reduce cooldowns by for team members. Get more value out of this. That protection
No,
up could
well,
actually stack.
no, the stacking is with the protection up he starts the battle with.
Oh, okay.
Right, he
I
already
see.
has other protection up mechanics in his kit. So this just stacks with the other protection up mechanics in his kit.
Nice. And that's
They
back
could have
around.
CDR as well on the team. No discounting that either. There could be CDR. But I'm saying I think that says stacking just because he starts the battle with it.
Oh, fair consideration. All right, well, we're back around to the unique, guys. So, early thoughts. Let loose.
Tess said it best. This kid is goofs.
Got to be like
This
the top 3 tank kit in the game. It's got to be.
This is a 2026 tank released in 2025.
Mhm.
This tank understands the assignment.
Yeah.
Is there
Yeah,
instant
this guy
defeat
is
immunity on this team? I'm just trying to think, is there actually a way around this absolute unit of wall?
So my guess is, I think it actually comes from the equalize as the big vulnerability. That if this character over equalizes, it could have a tendency to get himself killed. As you know, the difficulty of killing him just becomes the difficulty of killing whoever you're specifically trying to bully instead.
Does
also,
he equalize
crucially,
with every ally or just the Pirate King? Because it looks like
just the, I think it's just the weakest ally who's being targeted.
Yeah, so when he's taunting, he equalizes with the weakest ally at
there
the
it is.
end of that turn.
Okay,
I believe.
and
that's
I
how
was
it's
remembering. All right, so he does get some passive health and protection restoration here from other allies getting hit. When he himself goes under half, he'll do a recovery just once, and then if the leader is Pirate King, the first time Pirate King's health falls below 50, dispel all debuffs on him, equalize health and protection with him, with Vane, and then Vane recovers another 50% health and protection. So he's got, I don't know, like 3 halfway saviors.
Yes, but if to Fatal's point, if one of the people on the team is pretty squishy, you can just like
Proc those pretty quickly.
It's kind of like Darth Revan. Do you remember when Darth Revan was with Malgus and you'd bop Darth Revan to equalize with Malgus to make Malgus
You juggle
squishier?
targets.
Yeah, this feels a little bit like that.
Gotcha.
So yeah, man, this kid is so dumb.
It really is like ridiculously overpowered.
Yeah,
Okay.
like I don't even know where to start. It's just like he gets incredibly more max health, crit avoidance. Like the saving grace to this team is that, like Fatal said, they don't really have Gakomis yet. So this might not be as bad in GAC, which is the game mode we talk about.
I don't know, man. I didn't read off anything to do with the Territory Battle Omicron, so all the words you heard me say are parts of the kit you're going to be dealing with.
I know that will be across modes, and I'm so impressed with it that it adds like. It feels like it's one of the best uses of that relatively new buff bulwark, which is, what 150% defense per stack, when so much of the thickness he's getting is coming from, the increased max health and all this regen. And then it's like, what's the perfect spice or, additional ingredient to that dish? And it's like, oh, let's just make sure he's going to get some ungodly defense stacked on him as well. And there it is.
Not to mention the basic just stacks his defense regardless.
Fair. Now, again, early days, guys. Quick thoughts on modding. We talking like the tank special full defense sets, protection primaries. I assume with the crit avoidance, you would probably forsake the crit avoidance arrow.
I'd probably go health because he has protection up mechanics and he increases his own max health.
Okay.
So I would probably initially lean into health. Again, until we know. I mean, maybe Hondo does the Lord Vader thing and converts it all. So, I mean, again, we'll kind of see just how this plays out. But just based on this kit, I do think it's health.
He doesn't have percent health immunity until Hondo releases. So if you're planning to use him in 3v3 this week or 5v5 soon, I would say probably default protection. But actually, so when we're talking about this character, I'm actually going to lean a bit weird with this, where he is very interested in holding his taunt. That I actually, and he's also like arguably pretty damn good at not dying in a lot of ways. That I would say, we want to keep buff immunity and potentially healing immunity off. I might say he's good enough at not dying alone that like tenacity plus maybe some crit avoidance, just because he gets free crit avoidance, but not necessarily super easily. That like it wouldn't necessarily hurt to try to bulwark it. He's got that plus 50% bulk down the road that you could kind of get away with one or two non-bulk primaries and still be a pretty okay guy in some respects. And then also when Hado releases Speedless, I mean, we're getting more and more locked pre-taunts these days that like he retaunts potentially aggressively, at least under Maz. We'll see how Hondo's clauses are for regaining profit. But that equalize clause is specifically contingent on having taunt, that like making that last might just be the most important part of his kit, that Speedless might end up being the way to go.
I mean, taking your point though about the tenacity, like it says right there in the first line, whenever another pirate ally gains a stack of profit, Vane taunts. So Paramount is not having shock, buff immunity.
Yes.
So yeah, but it's gonna be, assuming that we've got enough tenacity to keep that. I think you can expect that taunt full time. So you're asking how much can we rely on that? I think, provided you've got the tenacity full time.
Well, that's what I'm saying, is we're going tenacity to try to preserve it.
Yeah, no, it makes sense. And then the
for what
zero
it's
speed
worth,
angle. Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, that makes sense. I was like, for what it's worth, like that's how I have Quiggold set up.
Yeah,
Is
exactly.
like full tenacity build. So that absolutely tracks for like you said, tanks that already don't die, or like you said, 2026 tanks in 2025 can be modded for tenacity.
Any other thoughts, TJ, Sasha?
It feels like so heavy into the we need Hondo type situation, right? It's a lot going on in the kit, and it still feels like there's more to see once we get Hondo to truly see how epic I think he's going to be.
I will shout, I do think you could push Vane into 3-3 this week, and it would at least potentially transform the Ithano Datacron squad with all the extra assists. I don't know. I still don't know if I would say it's good. Like, I'm pretty sure it would still just like die to stuff like gas, but there's probably plenty of firepower for offense.
The next 5v5, this next 5v5 Ithano with Vane is going to be kind of cool. Not on defense, just in general. Like double tanking it, like Quiggold and Vane, like how? Yeah,
and you playing the abilities right, like having the revive on tap if needed, all the other stuff. Nice.
Yeah, with kicks and
the kicks, Kron.
Yeah, it's gonna be slick. It's gonna be slick.
Yeah, I'll say. I mean, I think it is one of the coolest kits that I've seen come out in a while. Tanks tend to be my favorite type of character, so I was really excited for it. I was just kind of reflecting on, like, I didn't, wail on him. I don't have him at R9, and that's almost a little out of character for me. And I realized why. It's funny. I think this is kind of just ties to the nature of this game for me. Is like I didn't enjoy the Star Wars character, like Ving himself. And I think, like, if they had done this with certainly with something at Andor, or they did it for something else that I happen to really like if the underlying character was one that had more appeal for me, I think I would have gone nuts. So I'm just thinking, like, that's probably what kept me from doing it, because the kit itself is just phenomenal. So impressive.
Very fair. Fair. All right, well, gentlemen, thank you all for joining me for this video. Thank you all for watching. If you've enjoyed this, give it a like here on YouTube. Hit subscribe to the channel if you want to see more. And until next time, it's been real. It's been awesome. It's been real awesome. Take care.